All right, everybody, we got a little bit of a different video today for you. And this is going to, I'm really kind of looking for some input and feedback, whatever, about some gear that I bought. Hiking gear in September. Me and a buddy of mine are going to be heading up in Michigan, up into the UP, and taking a ferry from Copper Harbor up to Royale National Park. It's been a dream of mine to hang out on that island for a while, and we're going to be doing a 4-night, 5-day hike. So it ought to be pretty interesting. You know, I mean, I've done hiking in my life a long time ago, but never with a big, backpack and full of gear. And I know there's all kinds of ultralight stuff and this and that, and I've been watching tons of videos, and a lot of people say, hey, you know what, first time hiker, or if you're not going to be doing it very often and be really into it, you don't really want to spend a lot of money. They give you different options or their views on different equipment. Well, I'm over here in China, and there are some names over here, but I just kind of wanted to see what the reviews were for the stuff over here, and it's cheap. There's a lot of really, inexpensive, I should say. Whether the product itself is cheap and worthy of backpacking for thousands of miles and stuff like that, over years and years of throwing around on the ground or whatever, I don't know. But what I can tell you is I don't have a lot of money into this, and I bought a backpack, I bought a tent, and I bought a sleeping bag and a mat, a blow up mat. So last year, I started searching into some stuff, and I was going to be doing some camping. This is in the November time frame, and I was going to do a couple of overnight camps, but it was in a van. I rented a U-Haul, and so I bought a Nature Hike. Nature Hike is a popular brand over here, and I've seen it on YouTube a lot. There's a couple of tents that people have some good reviews about, but I didn't go with a tent. All I went with was the sleeping bag and a mat. So I got an M400 sleeping bag. It's kind of it's not a mummy bag, but it's kind of curved on the top, and you can unzip the bottom so you can stick your feet out, or you can unzip the whole thing, and it lays out flat. I don't know if this one does, but I know there's other ones that you can zip together for a double for 2 people. But anyway, this one here is like I said, I took it to the United States. I slept in a van. It went down to like 25 degrees that night, and with a blanket over the top of me, and sleeping in that sleeping bag with let's say I had some socks on and a hoodie and sweatpants, and then I had that blow up mattress underneath there, sleeping mat, sleeping pad, whatever you want to call it. I woke up a few times cold, but then I readjusted myself and fell back asleep. So, I woke up a few times, I fell back asleep. Did I get great sleep? No, I didn't really get great sleep, but it was acceptable. Like I said, it got down 25 degrees. There's like 3 temperature ratings that I've been seeing for different bags, where they give you comfortable, not so comfortable, and like really, like this is life-threatening temperature. And that middle temperature was right at 24.8 Fahrenheit. So I think it'll be fine. This is going to be fine for the trip to Isle Royale. Also, too, that sleeping mat, they don't make it anymore. Must have been on its way out, maybe. but it had a 4.6 R value to it. And it's got one of those little bags that you fill up with air, and then you roll it down, and you can fill it up, so you don't really need a motor, battery operated motor to fill it up. It was pretty easy, actually. I just took that thing and rolled it up, and I don't remember how many times I did it, but it rolled it up pretty good. You could pull it off of the mat, and it didn't let any air out in return, before you could completely plug it up. So it worked out. The mat and the sleeping bag, I'm okay with. No problem. But so after digging around this past spring, I started looking at backpacks and a tent. So the nature hike tent was in my mind. I was thinking, you know what, that's a pretty good tent for a beginner. It's not a lot of money, and it gets decent reviews online. I went with a Moby Garden. It is the UL 130D, one person. It does have the footprint came with it. It's got the it's a split two-piece. You got your mesh inner and then your rain cover on the outside. So you got your poles, and then in the carrying case, if you flip this over like this, you got a separate pocket on the outside, and it's got the tent stakes. And the tent stakes are these aluminum stakes that got 4 ribs on them, kind of like a cross, which I thought, yeah, they should be strong enough, better than just the regular pins. So I got enough of those. I think there's 8 of them in there. Comes with it. Anyway, you just flip it around like that, and then you can pull. It's only got two poles that you put together, and they crisscross inside at the top. And I set it up in the living room. Set up pretty easy. I think they'll do the trick. It's got pockets in there, and some things you can hang, some clips in there you can hang stuff on. I think it'll be okay for a beginner, and so that's pretty much what where I'm at so far. So I got the tent and the sleeping bag and the mat, the sleeping pad. And so the next thing, and I know that there's people that say you should buy all your stuff and then buy a pack to fit it, but I didn't do it that way. All I did was, if you see one of my short videos, I got 3 backpacks in there. One was a Cabela's, one was this Torread. I'm gonna call it Torread, Toread. They've been around. The company's been around since '99, and they got good reviews. So I did that, and then there was a Sky, and then I looked at a Osprey. The Osprey was really cheap, which kind of threw a red flag, and so I had my wife talk to the people, and they said, yeah, it's a Vietnam version. So I decided, no, I didn't want to go there. If I'm gonna buy something I don't know anything about, I just picked from one of these ones that I have here. So I ended up sticking with this Torread, and one of the main reasons, that I stuck with this thing is it's adjustable. Right here, you can adjust it for your torso length. I don't know if it's got good padding here, but we'll see what it feels like once it's all loaded. You got your pouches on the side. One's a mesh, and then the other one's enclosed. You got some clips here on the sides here, and you got your pockets on the side. This right here, the top flips over. It's got pockets in here. All you got to do is just unzip it, and bam, it's good to go. Right here's the zipper. And also, here's the rain cover for it. Don't know if it's 100% waterproof, but you know what the deal is. You got a separate pocket in there. There's two pockets in there, so I imagine this is, it's a 50 liter, 50 plus 5 liter bag. It's really light. It's only almost 1.3 kilograms. So it says 1280 grams. Really light. So you got your pockets and everything. You know, there's no separate compartment. Oh, there's actually a compartment in here that's up against the back that you can put stuff down in here. Other than that, there's no pockets in the main area. Just the one that's right on the back where it goes up against your back. Also, some kind of a clip right here that you can probably maybe put your keychain on there. Got a little clip right here, a little strap. I'd imagine I've seen somebody else use theirs for that, so I think that's a good idea. But then also too, you can lay this down, and the top here unzips. So you can open this thing up. While it's laying, you can lay this down on a picnic table or whatever, and then open it up and get into it from this side. Which I've seen some people have some backpacks that are similar to this style that they can just open up and then they don't have to go through the top all the time. Some people say that they don't like that because the zipper adds another area where water can get in. But you know, if it's raining out, I'm gonna have this covering the whole backpack, so I don't think that that's a big deal. Plus, it's all brand new, so the waterproofing should be good. You got a couple of straps on each side here, and then you got these little straps here. You could tie something in. They got little loops right here that you can put stuff across here. You know, there's a lot of things here. It didn't have some of the stuff that the Cabela's had. And, I mean, the Cabela's had all kinds of stuff, but it was probably, I think it was like twice as heavy or almost 3 times as heavy as this thing. So I think for what I paid for all this equipment, I think it'll be pretty good for the first time out. I wrote everything down here. I got, if you convert everything, I got a total of $234 American dollars for tent, backpack, sleeping bag, and my sleeping pad, sleeping mat. And I think if I converted it, all I did is took the weight of all this stuff, total weight, which meant poles and the footprint and everything of the tent. Everything came out to about 10 pounds total. So I think 10 pounds should be all right. I don't know, all you experienced hikers and even beginners and anybody that has any ideas or input or suggestions that you can give me with what I've done, and people that have experience going to Isle Royale National Park, please throw some comments in there and give me some suggestions. I'll be waiting here. I have less than 60 days till check-in to fly to the United States, and then September 2nd, me and my buddy are driving from Lansing, Michigan, all the way up to Copper Harbor, and then the 3rd of September we'll be jumping on a boat and heading up to the island. So I've got plenty of time. I got to get my camping stove. I've been looking at Fire Maple. They got some pretty cool stuff. I didn't really want to spend a whole lot of money on stuff. Ultralight, you know, I'm pretty sure I can handle 20-25 pounds on my back. I don't have any hip issues, no back issues, nothing like that. So I think I can handle 20-25 pounds on the back, and I already got a bunch of freeze dried food and stuff like that I can take up north for the ride. And but yeah, I got to get a few things here and there. I got a lot of stuff, in storage that I can use. So I'm thinking that probably, at 11 pounds here, if I add another 11 pounds, I should be good. I ain't gonna take a lot of clothes. I ain't gonna take a lot of stuff. It's just gonna be cut and dry, bam, bam, bam. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, if you got input, please give it to me. I'm waiting to hear from anybody that has experience both hiking and doing the Isle Royale National Park. So thank you very much for watching my video. I appreciate it.